Okay, so I'm back at your request, and you wanted to do an update and feedback on the Beyonce, Jay-Z, Solange elevator incident. Well, so we're going to do just an update. We're going to look at what happened in the elevator, how Solange feels about Jay-Z today, how Jay-Z feels about Solange, how Solange feels about Beyonce, and how Beyonce feels about Solange. So let me tell you something. Overall, I can tell you that the energy is like really, really, I don't know if I want to say thick or fragile, ticking time bomb. It still has that same energy amongst all of them. All of them together. We'll break them down separately. But together in a room, it still got this thickness. It still got this tension. It still got this uncomfortable feeling, like nobody's giving each other eye contact type feeling. So that is still happening. There is no restoration, feels like to me. So, yeah, it's still there. It's definitely still there. So what happened? I can tell you, I actually, before I start this channel, of course, I actually did this before. So I do know that the rumors was true. That's what I do know. So we know what happened. This is a repeated pattern of cheating. This is a serial cheater that kept getting away with it and probably still get away with it over and over again. And Solange was defending. We know that she was upset, she was angry, she was frustrated, and she was sick and tired of his cheating. And not only his cheating, but this particular night, it was about the disrespect, allowing a certain woman to come into his space in front of her. That's what the main issue was. So this is like serial cheating at its finest, and Solange being a superhero. This been going on for a while. She's been talking to him and Beyonce about this for a long time. This is like repeated pattern year after year. I would say about 2 to 3 cycles of this. This been going on for a long time. And her love for women, you heard me say women, not really directly Beyonce at first. The priority was don't disrespect a woman. You don't treat a woman like that. She was doing some straight Charlie's Angels, woman to woman type stuff that night. Then second place, it was about Beyonce. It wasn't so much to take up for Beyonce. As a sister, it was like, you are a woman, you are a queen, you don't deserve this, and this is disrespectful. He did it in your face. He allowed this person to walk up to you in your face. He shared an experience with another woman in front of Beyonce's face and in front of her family, and that's where the superhero cape came from. And actually, the argument was between Beyonce and Solange first. And it carried over to him because of the reaction or the no response from Beyonce. So she was really trying to push Beyonce to stand up for herself, but she wouldn't do it. And she went to him. She took it out on him. So that's what happened. This happened before. This is not nothing new. Solange and Jay-Z has been feuding for a while before that actual incident. That is not the first. That's why they were being watched. That's why it was easy to pull that video because it was expected. Yeah. It was expected. It was planned. Nobody told on them. They knew who the guests were. In return, they knew what to look out for. So this is not new. The bodyguard didn't tell, Solange didn't tell, Beyonce didn't tell, Jay-Z didn't tell. Nobody told anything. They knew to watch them from the inside to the elevator to the outside because of the guest that was involved. So yeah, that's what's been going on for a while. She is deeply passionate about what he does to her, what he has been doing to her. And when the disrespect happened in front of her face, in front of everyone, she couldn't hold the secret anymore. She couldn't hold her composure. But at the same time, these things was meant to be. All of that happened at night, it was perfect timing. It was supposed to happen. That's the way it was supposed to go. It needed to be exposed to Beyonce to help her bring the realization out more. Okay, so let me tell you something about Virgo that you probably already know. They know everything, but it just takes them like so long to make it tangible, to make it real. It takes them a long time sometimes to take their intuition, their spiritual messages, and bring them up to the throat to speak them. It might take them decades to get it out, but they will. Don't underestimate them. But they can't believe the worst in you because they love you. So that's what she's experiencing. And you know, I don't know where she's at spiritually with that. I haven't dared her by herself personally, but usually Virgo goes decades with knowing the true fact about something that bothers them or hurt them, but they cannot make it into a fact. They can't 100% receive it until they are done with the person, or they do not believe in the person anymore. So it's almost like, because I love you, I have to believe the best. Now, if she ever stops loving him, that'd be a different story. She might be like her sister times two. So stop worrying about Beyonce. She's fine. She knows everything. She has a spiritual intuition in her. She knows everything. Okay. So when that clarity had came about, when she realized that this dude just do not care, this dude just don't give a care about their name, who they are, their image, just don't care about her at all. And then Beyonce is going to look away as if it's not happening in that form. She couldn't take it anymore. And that's what happened on the elevator. Everything that the rumor said, everything that you heard, the Becky, the lemonade, the whole experience, all of that was true. All of that was happening. The main thing is that he did it in front of everybody. He allowed an exchange in front of everyone. And that's what caused the fight. That's what made Solange not be able to hold her composure anymore. So this really wasn't about cheating. This was about disrespect. In that elevator ride, they were being watched. They wasn't set up. They were being watched because of everybody that was there and because of their arguments off camera, off the grid, off the set. They have had many arguments and fights off the set. And because of that, they watched them. Yeah, they watched them in the out of bound areas. A lot of stuff happened with them in the out of bound areas. Because although people may think that Beyonce is afraid or numb to things, she's not. There's a lot of verbal attacks that happens out of bounds, off the grid, things that we don't see. So that's one thing I will let you know. So the update is the same update. That's exactly what happened. That might be one of the very few rumors or gossip that was actually true. But I don't think people understand that It wasn't about the cheating. It was about the disrespect. That's what it was about. So there we have it. And all of that was supposed to happen. And I don't think anything came out of it as far as a change. I don't see growth and change. I just think that Beyonce and Jay-Z just carried on with life and Solange took a distance. It didn't change anything. It's still happening right now. It's not changing. So yeah. So how do Solange feel about Jay-Z? She has no feelings whatsoever. Detached from him, not thinking about him, does not care about him whatsoever. She doesn't even have it just feels like if he was on fire, she wouldn't spit on him, because that's how much friction and frustration I hear. But she don't even care. It's like no love. I had no love for that dude. And that's what it is. That's that. And also, she do have a request on his behalf. Yeah, it's actually a story in the Bible. Whenever you get a chance, you guys can look it up. But it's a lady in there who requests the head of a man on a platter. And I just had that visual, which was so odd. But her request on his behalf, how can I say it simple? She just want God to expose him to the world. She want him exposed. She want the truth to come out. And she want him to be left by himself. That's how her feelings is towards him. Like, I can't stand him. It's not even I can't stand him, because that takes energy. That's what a lot of us do sometimes when we're dealing with an ex. We keep the energy going by can't stand him type behavior. And so if you ever want to let go of an ex, make sure you let go of the negative energy too. So it's not like she can't stand him. She has no feelings for him. She has nothing for him. And her desire is that he is exposed. This is her prayer request. This is something that she wants to happen. This is the desires of her heart. She wants him to be exposed. And she wants him to be left with nothing or left alone. That is her request, and that's how she feels about him. The way he feels about her, he's done. That's not his sister. They disconnected. He don't look at her as family. He don't look at her as being on his team. He's actually disappointed in her behavior, and he does everything that he can to make sure he stay in control, or make sure he keep her from affecting them. So he's always watching her. He's always watching her at the gatherings. He's always presenting himself as like this mobster or something. Like, how can I say this? He threatens her in the spirit. It's almost like trying to punk her out in some kind of way, because I feel like that's what's happening. But he feels no kind of way towards her. He's done with her. He released her. He's disappointed in her behavior because family is first, or his family. He's not talking about family in a way we might talk about family. He's talking about the name, like who we are. Who we are and how we represent ourselves is bigger than anything. And I'm disappointed that you will allow us to be looked at like that. He's talking about status. He's not talking about family. But at the end of the day, he is definitely keeping control over her, or her towards them. So let me break that down a little bit, because she can't be controlled. She's allowing this relationship to be this way right now. She can't be controlled. But he's watching her to make sure she does not interfere with them and their status and the way they looked at. So that's kind of like what I'm saying. He watching her every move. If Solange and I said if, I don't even think they probably would, but if Solange and Beyonce took a moment to do a one-on-one in the corner, I believe he'll pop up. I believe he'll stand there with his drink, like what y'all talking about. I believe that. I don't think that he takes his eyes off of her when she's around. I'll put it like that. But no, she ain't family. He is disappointed about her, and he's in control of her in the situation. Yeah. How does Solange feel about Beyonce? She love her. She love her. Yeah, she loved her. She loved the old her. She loved her sister at a younger age. She loved the sister that she was raised with, the one she played with, the one she looked up to. She's in love with the past. She's in love with the past. And it's just that simple. Falling for Beyonce, falling in love created a new person inside of her. Not a whole new person, but a new person inside of her. It's kind of like this peace that's inside of her, that falling in love, not him, not Jay-Z, just the point of her falling in love. It opened up a new place in her heart. It created a new person inside of her. And she misses the old Beyonce. She forever feels like she's connected to her, want to be with her, want to start a new relationship with her. She love her. But she more connected to the old Beyonce than this Beyonce. And whatever that means to her, whatever that means. She wants them to spend more time together. She wants them to be more united. She wants them to lean on each other the way they used to. She wants to start a whole new beginning with her, but bring some of this history in, some of these values in. I just saw pinky swear. That's not something I do. I just saw like a pinky swear. It's small things like that, small values, small things that they created and stood on and promised. She wants that part to come back. But I don't think that Solange understand that those promises and pinky swears and we will never and we will always, those were survival tactics that they had came up with to survive what they were dealing with their parents. And this is hard for her. Growing up kind of changed some of that. Beyonce falling in love kind of broke a lot of the promises or a lot of the values or the foundations that they had between each other, because she's no longer that person. Yeah, I just put it like that. I was almost about to say that she doesn't need Solange to survive anymore, and Solange don't need her, but actually I really can't say that. I feel like in an invisible way that pinky swear is still there. So Solange is forever rooting for her to have a new beginning of life. She makes me feel like Beyonce hasn't lived yet. Like, I just want my sister to have a new life. I want to have a new life, and I want her to be herself, the person she was raised to be, and get back to the things that we said that we will do and never do. Back to the boundaries, back to the values. Yeah. How does Beyonce feel about Solange? Very passionate about her. Very passionate about her. But Beyonce is not looking at her as the younger years. She's looking at her for the woman she is today. And that's where they differ. Solange is in the past with her intimacy. Beyonce is in today. She's basically, she loves her. She's passionate about her. And she feels like she has to watch her. Like, I think Beyonce feels that she overreacts. I think Beyonce feels like she needs to be controlled or she doesn't have self-control. She actually, it just feels like Beyonce says to her, I got it, I got it, I got it. Calm down, I got it. You're uncontrollable. I have to watch you. Relax, I got it. That's how that feels. Of course she loves her. That's not an issue. But she finds herself needing to watch Solange to make sure she doesn't go too far. And I'm not just talking about Jay-Z. I'm just talking about period. She's almost protective over her, but it's a non-verbal thing that I feel. I don't feel like she would tell her I'm worried about you. I don't feel like she would tell her stop. But I feel like she has a facial expression that only Solange understands. Calm down, be still, relax, it's okay. She's hurt from time to time about her sister. She doesn't like that the relationship is the way it is. She's disappointed by it as well. She wants more. And I feel like Beyonce wants to be accepted more. She wants Solange to accept her more. But the way Solange wants them to come together, Beyonce knows she can't do that anymore. She can't. She can't do that because her mindset has to stay the same. She can't be who Solange is. She can't engage with this superpower that Solange has, because then her mental state will change. It's almost like if I hang out with Solange too much, then she's going to make me see things, or she's going to make me grow, she'll make me see. She don't want to see right now. And it's challenging to have conversations with Solange because there's a chance that she may see or believe or be pushed to, I almost said high self-worth. Maybe I'll just say stand up for herself. Yeah. But it's really not a problem because she can. She really, really can. Just when she get ready. They take a while sometimes. Sometimes about 5 cycles to actually cut off unhealthy behaviors and release people, or at least expose them. It takes them a while. It really do take Virgo a while sometimes. And I do mean sometimes, so don't start coming to me with all that crazy stuff, y'all. But sometimes it do. And she just feel like that relationship is unbalanced. Yeah. So this is 2 women who love each other like crazy, miss their past relationship. Solange is bolder and outspoken, and Beyonce is fearful that she may say the wrong thing, and she knows she can't be that close to her because there's a lot of challenges in there. But yeah. All right, so let me do a little quick summary because I know that might sound a little confusing. These are the spiritual issues. These are the energies that I'm picking up for them. However, this whole entire family goes on trips together. They're just unhealed. And I know we know what that's like. It's many of us still having parties, events, get-togethers with family and friends with all of these energies packed inside of us and around us. So these people is still engaging with each other. They are still making the events at the calendars. They are still doing business together. But these people together as a whole are unhealed. So that's the update. The update is they're functioning, but they're unhealed. Okay, bye-bye.